And joined now by Jim Palmer. And Jim, a real disappointing end. And Ubaldo Jimenez somehow kept the Orioles in this game. I'm not sure how many pitchers go to the ninth inning having walked six, still looking for a win. But Ubaldo, without a doubt, did that tonight. Somehow he kept the Orioles in this game.
Well, he threw, 104 pitches, maybe, 53 for strikes and 51 for balls. So obviously all over the place early on. Started out pretty well. Looked like he had pretty good command. And then he would get 0-2, somehow end up walking people. Right here, the defense, Adam Jones makes a fabulous throw. They throw out Beltran. Unfortunately, he doesn't get hurt on that play because he comes back and hits a 3-run home run. But the bottom line is they really make some big plays. The bullpen gets some key outs. McFarland comes in and does his job. O'Day does his job. Somehow, Ubaldo, as you can look at his numbers, had a chance to win for the third time. So they do get him coming in at 2.6 runs a game to get him 3. But the Orioles, with the 3-run home run by Beltran, end up giving up 5 runs. So somehow it's certainly not what they wanted. We talked about it during the game. I'm not sure if 2 extra day really help you. But again, he just has to command the ball a little bit better and go deeper in the ball game.
Jimmy, let's go back to that bottom of the ninth inning with our closer on the mound, Zach Britton. I thought from the very beginning when Brett Gardner got the base hit that we should have at least started to mix our pitches a little bit. Do you agree with that or not? Because every single pitch that inning was the fastball, fastball, fastball.
Well, he's been so good in 1 run in his last 21 innings and 8 consecutive scoreless. And, I kind of said, well, do you go with your best to Gardner? But I think the one thing you have to really keep in mind, Gardner was hitting over 300 against left-handers. Not that Britton's your normal left-hander. McCann was hitting 279 against left-handers. So they really hang in there. And then all of a sudden, after he really gets wild, Carlos Beltran comes to the plate. They did sign him for 3 years. They did give him $45 million. And he did exactly what you're supposed to do when a guy's struggling with his command and maybe his confidence, and he's a sinker guy, gets the ball up in the zone. That's the way you hit the high fastball when you get into a hitter's count. And that's, again, you don't always pay off, but that's the kind of authoritative swing that not only that the Orioles want, but the Yankees certainly needed tonight. And Beltran came up with a big hit tonight on a pretty much just a 3-1 belt high fastball, maybe a little higher than that, and that's the difference in the ball game.
And, Jim, I realize the Yankees left 11 men on base, the Orioles 9, but the Orioles had chances to add to their run total. You look in the 6th inning when they got the back-to-back RBI hits. They had 2 on first and second, 1 out, couldn't score again. And the same thing happened in the 9th inning after the error and the back-to-back hits with the run-in. First and second, 1 out and 2 strikeouts. So the Orioles did have chances to add to their run total, which, as it turned out, certainly would have helped.
Well, of course, you can always look back, but I thought the Orioles were actually very, very fortunate to have a 3-1 lead going into the 9th. And, normally you win the kind of games that they played tonight, and this would have been a big win for them. Is it a difficult loss? It certainly is. You get Britton as good as he's been out there, you would have gotten Jimenez back on a better track. So you lose the game, you lose that. And, all of a sudden, Britton's probably not available tomorrow. And again, it doesn't get a whole lot easier. Norris has pitched well, and then you got Tanaka on Sunday. And I was hearing something that maybe Chris Sale's going to pitch for the White Sox on Monday. So this was a big game that you thought you and would have liked to win, but you just couldn't quite pull it off.